Decided. We set sail for the holy state of Hyzante. Whether or not it proves to be the right choice will depend on our actions. I trust in you all.
We are ready to set sail, Lord Patriot.
Very good, my lord. When you pay your respects to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, remember that you do so on behalf of our king.
He's the one who warns about Roselle and blood.
Lord Serenoa, we are honored that you would choose to grace our nation with your presence. That said, I must offer you a warning as well.
It may be in Lady Frederica's best interests to remain here in Glenbrook. I fear there may be some complications were she to come to Hyzante.
Huh?
She is half-sister to the Archduke and my betrothed besides. What complications could there possibly be?
None, if I had any say in it. However, the matter is more delicate than that.
Your lady's hair would draw attention. Unfortunately, none of it favorable.
My mother's hair. The pink locks of the Roselle. Mother once told me of how her people fled Hyzante. Then you know how the Roselle are viewed in our nation. How the gospel of the goddess regards them as sinners. Yes, I do. But I am from Esfrost, and I assure you I have committed no sins. Of course, my lady. Very well then. I will do all in my power to see your visit is a pleasant one. Thank you. Pray forgive my outburst.
You've no need to apologize. Still, I must ask, are you certain?
I must go. I would see with my own eyes. See where and how my mother and her people suffered.
Oh, that was part one of it. So the part one was the skill of eviction, and the second half is gonna be an actual battle there, I guess.
By order of King Regna, Serenoa escorts their esteemed guests back home, beyond the forest and over the mountains to a vast sand-swept land. Before long, a grand wall of stone rises before them. Known as the Goddess's Shield, behind it lies the source, Noselia's only supply of salt. Upon the lake shores of the source towers a giant likeness of the goddess, ever watching over the flourishing city and the palace below. This is the holy state of Hyzante.
A land of sand and sun.
I had heard tales of the goddess's shield, but its grandeur surpasses even my imagination.
It protected the holy state from both Glenbrook and Esfrost during the war. None in history have succeeded in breaching it. Do you think you might fare better, Lord Serenoa?
I think penetrating these walls would be nigh impossible.
A most courteous answer. I should have expected as much.
What's that sound?
Could this be?
Pray to the goddess.
Is this the hour of worship I've heard so much about?
Indeed. Hyzanteans offer their prayers up to the goddess's statue every day. They thank her for her blessing, for bestowing us with the source, from which all Norzalia salt is harvested.
To see every citizen pray is astonishing.
The goddess truly is at the center of all Hyzante, just as the stories say.
Even so, are there none who'd use this time of worship to rob their fellow citizens?
There are none so misguided among the goddess's believers.
All Hyzanteans are guaranteed food, clothing, and shelter. The Holy State has done everything in its power to eliminate poverty and ensure equality.
I'm sure.
As a result, no one envies others or craves riches for selfish reasons.
Certainly if everyone were equal, there would be naught to fight about.
But achieving absolute equality is impossible.
The words of an unbeliever. The goddess showers her blessings fairly upon all who follow her teachings.
Before we visit the Hierophant, there is one thing I must tell you about Lady Frederica.
Under normal circumstances, the head of our nation would not permit an audience with one of Rosellan extract. We have explained the circumstances, however, and she has been granted special permission to enter the palace as an envoy.
That said, we would ask that Lady Frederica remain silent before the Holy One.
Silent? Why?
I reiterate that typically, she would not be so much as allowed to attend. We ask for your understanding of our creed.
You mean to treat one of Glenbrook's delegates as if she weren't even there?
Prince Roland, you are here in secret. It would not do for you to gainsay another nation's religious creed. I have no objections.
My apologies.
You needn't apologize. Let us do what we came here for.
She only wants to know how they're treated. She just...
Appreciate your understanding. Now then, let us show you to the palace.
So what is this Holy One? Oh, is that the Hierophant? The old man back?
That is where the Hierophant resides.
The Hierophant imparts us with the goddess's divine messages.
Oh, the Hierophant is in there.
None are allowed to look upon the Holy One's face. None save Minister Edor, who conveys their divine words to us.
In other words, the Hierophant doesn't exist.
Pardon our intrusion. Lord Serenoa Wolfort of Glenbrook has escorted us home on behalf of King Raymond.
The Hierophant speaks to you. Serenoa Wolfort, we thank you for your gracious gesture. We are overjoyed and humbled that you have chosen to grace our nation with your presence.
I am unworthy of such high praise, but honored nonetheless.
House Wolfort and Hyzante have shared a deep bond ever since the Sultane War. On behalf of the Saintly Seven, it is my wish that our friendship will be as strong as it was with your Lord Father.
But of course, I strive to one day measure up to his greatness.
You will also, in time, succeed Lord Simon as advisor to the mining venture, I hear. The Hierophant would hear your true thoughts on the endeavor.
I fear the intentions of the three nations are not aligned. I sense a storm is brewing on the horizon.
Lord Serenor, is that not a slight to our efforts in this endeavor?
Even so, I will not deny my curiosity. Pray, tell us more.
While we may indeed be working together, our motives differ. There's no disputing that. But we must accept that reality and join hands if we truly wish to enrich our nations.
I see. So you believe in freedom and competition. However, in such a world, only the strong will thrive and the weak will weep.
Even so,
Lord Serenoa, the Holy One wishes for peace and equality across all Norzelia. It is our hope that you will trust in the Holy State's good intentions.
of course.
The goddess always watches over those who believe in her. May you all receive her divine protection.
I apologize for visiting you in secret, but there is something I must ask you. I have heard that the people of Hyzante live in equality. They say the goddess showers blessings upon those who follow her teachings. But is that the only reason?
Oh, a studious one you are, Prince Roland. King Regna has raised you well. Of course, the goddess's teachings are at the core of the equality our citizens enjoy. But there are many measures taken by the Holy State to ensure the happiness of our people.
Minister Lila's Ministry of Medicine, which dedicates itself to the study of preserving life, is another example of this. The results of their research have allowed many people to overcome illness and injury and live long, healthy lives.
Fascinating. I would like to hear more about Hyzante's medical discoveries.
I see we managed to pique your interest. Minister Lila, I leave our guests in your capable hands. Pray, show them around the ministry and let them admire Hyzante's pursuit of life and magic.
Well, she did stay quiet. I kind of figured she would, but she was trying to honor their wishes. House Warfare is invited to the Mission of Medicine. Don't forget you can't help but feel less than welcome in their midst. Interesting. Frank and Cordelia talk about their brother Roland in his absence. Of course, Frank keeps having issues with Roland.
Brother, where is Roland? I've yet to see him today.
And you shan't, for he has left. Took it upon himself to join the mission abroad.
He did? I see.
Again, prioritizing his personal wishes above his station. Is there no end to his selfishness?
Oh boy.
You haven't any love for him, have you?
Love. I would rather think of him as little as humanly possible.
How can you say that? He's family.
Royal family, and our duty is to the crown above all. Do not look to Roland for inspiration if you wish to carry yourself in a manner befitting your station, dear Cordelia.
Poor Roland. We haven't seen the Archduke yet. This looks like a fitting area for a battle.
Look, a Rosellan. I heard she's an envoy from Glenbrook.
Be that as it may, is her kind even allowed to enter our halls?
I can only assume she received special permission, since Minister Lila's showing her around.
Huh. Ironic, considering the wishes of us researchers are hardly ever granted.
What a splendid facility you have here. I can see why your nation excels in the medical arts.
Normally, only ministry staff are allowed in. Having outsiders view our work is unprecedented.
We cannot thank you enough for your generosity.
If I heard correctly, it sounds like you are researching life itself.
That we are. In order to cure illnesses and injuries, we must set our sights high.
Even illnesses deemed uncurable in other nations?
There is no miracle panacea in this world, but we like to think nothing is impossible.
Wonderful. And would you be willing to share those results with others, should you achieve them?
If you believe in the goddess's teachings, yes. At least, that is what I would expect the Holy One to say.
Minister Lila, the preparations for the experiment are complete.
My apologies, but I must get back to work.
Experiment?
You are free to take a look around. However, I ask you to not enter the restricted areas.
Of course, nothing is free in the Ministry, nor anywhere in Hyzante. And of course, when people are forced to adhere to teachings, there are some who will resist.
Who might you be?
Just a researcher, nothing more.
Yeah, some things aren't quite as nice as...
Sir Noah, I could use some fresh air, if you don't mind.
But of course, let us take a break outside.
How are you faring, Frederica? Better than before, thank you, but I should like to rest in the shade for a spell. But of course, rest as long as you like. I'll take a moment to get to know the city. Huh, interesting. The Sourceless Shield and the thriving city between them, I can scarcely decide what has me most impressed. I can only imagine the people feel the same way, judging by the smiles on their faces. It's rare for the foreign dignitaries to be allowed into the ministry. Take your time looking around. Do you wish to enter the Ministry of Medicine? Everyone in Hyzante knows the goddess's teachings. Obey the teachings and serve your nation, and you shall receive the goddess' blessing. It is not wealth that drives Hyzante, but the faith and happiness of her people. But what is it that brings people to happiness? I thought the answer was different for everyone. The answer is simple. Following the teachings. Do so and you shall be blessed like God yourself. All who live in the Hyzante can see happiness that comes to those blessings. I see. Thank you, Minister. The Saint Seven had the people complete on their thumb. This is me, but not everyone is happy with the Hierophant. Though I honestly don't understand why. Hyzante is a wonderful city. Please enjoy your time here to your heart's content. However, I ask you not to Mr. Sorcery's work. Now please stay with the source. As one of the Signing Seven, I manage protection and to assault. That is sad. I still how you bear the burden of Hyzante's finances. I can't only imagine I was bestowed such a valuable position and recognition of my unwavering faith in the gods. Mr. Sorcery overpays all Hyzante's doings and salt, the foundation of my nation's wealth. It's a crucial job, even among the Signing Seven. I must fancy turn back. The door's just ahead. But you'll need it to turn back. Only those proper players can enter. It might be nice having freedom to roam about another nation. The source, sorry, I can't say much about it. It's a secret place that's selected and all to enter. Has its blessed nation, one where everyone lives in peace. But if you haven't seen suspicious, be sure to look near that sentry. Could the streets really be that safe in a city that's wealthy? Wish I could say the same as Glenbrook. Speaking of which, we should get ourselves some serious before we head home. We should probably be happy to know you with a lot of them. I don't have enough money to buy anything. Well, maybe? Oil jug, iron. I could buy some iron. I need lots of iron compared to everything else. I can only buy one. Have you seen the great big wall when I say it's called a God's shield? But I guess an assault maybe would do us harm. Oh, I can enter buildings. Yes, thanks to the Hierophant we want for nothing. The goddess decides what those of the Ministry messages study, so they do not squander their time partying themselves. Uh-huh. The gods need to command Roselle to backbreak and layer the source to atone for crimes for their forebears. I know it is the way of their nation, and yet it doesn't sit with me. Pray, take care, Lady Frederick. I have no doubt this weighs heavy upon her. Timber, ooh. The gods on our side. Should another war rise, I know it should ensure the Holy State's victory. Ice Stone. Exar Marshal. Minister Exar is always thinking of the ways that make our nation greater. As in the gods can determine where you work. Even at the Ministry of Medicine, you are allowed to research studies decided by the gods, but can't deny the results. We can't go in there, but we can't go back to the Ministry of Medicine. Right in here. Everyone else has got to be inside the Ministry of Medicine. I always knew that the goddess and her followers looked upon the Roselle with disdain, yet can't help but worry for my people. Let's stick with the goddess teaching that does produce salt. Makes me wonder why other nations don't labor the source. You mean to say the teams ignore efficiency and profit? The station has built upon their products from salt. The source is a sacred place, and yet only Roselle are forced to labor away there. Hyzante has already accumulated sufficient wealth from all their salt taxes, other than any wish to more exchange for such painstaking work. They claim the city is peaceful, but there are soldiers playing in the streets of Ministry. It really makes you wonder. The goddess saves all who believe in her. We research so we may do what we may aid her to that end. Another ice stone. The Ministry researches how to save lives, and I'm probably part of that. This is as far as to go. One of those gods players can enter. Readers a high percentage of Hyzante. The Ministry is symbol of our nations. Readers are high percent in Hyzante. The Ministry is a symbol of our nation's knowledge and a source of people's pride. As our art helps them second entered, the study of life past makes me so. You may even unlock secrets to immortality someday. Ha ha ha. There are more delicate matters with research ahead, and such I had to ask you to turn back. Readers immerse themselves wherever the gods fight brings business study. Devoting our time to those studies is what brings us the greatest joy. The guys teaching it to people. They are the what guards the station. Perhaps something to be learned in all this. Ooh. That's nice. I can actually go buy a few more items now. Rams it's the Sun Square flammable. Is there a way to help her a little bit? If I do one more, buy that then. Okay. So now what's gonna happen?